What's the fucking deal, Fight World? Still Mills checking back in with y'all, man. Just dropped the homie off. Heading to go get the fam bam something to eat, and I'm going home. But man, I wanted to talk to y'all about this this future unification undisputed match between Brian Castano and Jermell Charlo. And I know I said at first, the only person I see giving Charlo issues will be Laura, Hurd, or J-Rock. And I will probably say Hurd, Laura, and J-Rock in that order as far as who's the bigger threat. But man, after seeing Brian Castano this weekend, man, he's a threat, bro. Like, I would still edge Charlo, but just certain shit that I seen from him that had me like, man. Because one thing I've noticed about Jermell, he's not, he's not the best fighter in the clinch when he's pressured. You dig? When he's not in a position where he can, all right, cool, I'm gonna fight now. I'm gonna put you on your back foot. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna force you to defend and throw get off me punches as opposed to being the aggressor. He's that nigga, you know what I'm saying? But when you put him in a position where he's like, ain't no shots landing, and you're seeing frustration, a lot of he's winging shots out of frustration. He isn't as effective. Like when you look at him and Tony Harrison, Tony Harrison didn't really display like immaculate footwork in the sense of like, he was in punching position for him, but out of range for Charlo, or he was cutting angles. Just like, nah, he held a really, really tight guard and shot punches off of the shots that he called off of Charlo. And just, he was able, and he walked him down. He went right into that man's chest and walked him down, forced him backwards. And, he was clearly dominating that fight up into the 11th round. Clearly winning. The judges was trying to really play that man, but had that knockdown not occurred, he won that fight, clear as day. But what I saw from Castano was just, dude is a workhorse. He's relentless. That's why he's real relentless, boxer, puncher. It's more volume punching than it is him sitting down on his punches. It's just him just tap, 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 tap. All right, and then maybe he'll load up with something. Or he just may throw a, 4 or 5 punch combination with nothing on it. Just scoring shots. That's one thing I've noticed. But just him, his ability to close distance, man, with him actually leaving his feet. That's not something that you typically do in boxing. It's not prohibited, but it's damn sure not advised, man. It's inches and seconds in boxing, man. I mean, a window of opportunity is not going to be there just a fraction of a second after it's open. So you jumping in like that just as quick as that scoring opportunity can open, open and close just in that split fraction of a second. You could get clipped with a shot that, you know what I'm saying, you never saw coming and get caught in the middle of the air, or just about to leave your feet, or landing. You dig what I'm saying? So that could prove to be a problem with him just jumping in and leaving his feet like that, or it could work to his benefit. It could really work to his benefit, man. Just come in from, like around mid distance where somebody is just using, just pot shotting you and just jabbing you from mid distance, jabbing you, and the next thing you know, he all in your chest. And another thing, he can, the angles, he would take, just slightly slide off of the line. Just slightly come in off of the line. So I don't know, man. I'm looking like, I'm still gonna edge Charlo, because Charlo is looking like he just refuses to lose, and he wants this. Like, nah, my nigga. I need that. I need all the straps right here before I move up. I needs that. So yeah, I would still edge Charlo, man. But I really like Brian Castano's chances, man. I really like his chances. Really, I mean, in this, with shorter, compact fighters, man. He was really compact. He was really compact against Teixeira. Really compact. There's about a 4 or 5 inch height advantage over him. with Teixeira and how he just yikes. Yikes, man. Just yo, I was really impressed, man. I was really impressed. A tight guard, getting up under his shots and going to work. And Teixeira looked flustered. Now Teixeira ain't no Charlo or nothing like that. My only thing would be how is he gonna respond once Charlo, when Charlo lands? Because Charlo was gonna land. Charlo was gonna land. How is he gonna respond to that? Because I seen little shit that Teixeira would land big. He was landing big shots. He was sneaking uppercuts in there, and it was piercing his guard. Can you deal with a Charlo uppercut? Can you deal with a Charlo right hand? Can you deal with a Charlo jab? Like, what are we doing? I think you get in there, just you stay, you get in, you get out, you mix. If he mixes it up, how he gets in and he gets out, you get in, get out, establish a jab mid distance. That may be a little bit harder to do, but I don't think Charlo is so much taller than him where that's an impossible task. He can establish a jab from about mid distance. He can establish the jab about mid distance. Just mix up your attack. Really, really, really mix up your attack. And make, and just keep Charlo off balance. And he could pull the upset. He could really pull the upset. I was like, whoa, what I saw from Castano, I'm like, man. And I think he wants it. One thing about Jason Rosario was like, I don't, after he beat J-Rock, at first he was like, I don't think I'm ready. Like, nah, I don't think I'm ready for Charlo, man. Like, I'm not there yet. And you saw he was really apprehensive in him calling out Charlo. He didn't feel confident in himself. And in the rounds he wasn't getting put on the canvas, like I said before, he was outboxing Charlo. He was completely outlanding Charlo. Completely. And Charlo just, he has that equalizer. I think I had all the, the rounds outside of him getting knocked down. I had Rosario winning those rounds. But that equalizer's a motherfucker. The difference is, because now, I'm ready for that. I need that. I want that. I want that right. Yes, I want that next. That's that's good, man. That's just confidence. Mentally, he's there. He's like, I think I can beat this dude. That's a good thing, man. So I'm really excited for that fight, man. I want to know. I've been looking on the internet. I haven't seen Charlo respond, and to that. I haven't seen him respond to that, but I do want to. That's what I'm really excited about that fight, man. I was really impressed with Castano, and I think I think he he's gonna have to hit Charlo too, and I think he could, man, because he wobbled Teixeira a few times, man. He mixing up his body attack, and going upstairs and shit. He hurt him to the body. He hurt him up top. Like, visibly his legs buckled. Ah, damn. Visibly his legs buckled. So I don't think he may not hurt Charlo like that, because Charlo has a beard. Charlo, the dude has a beard. Those are tough dudes. So I don't think he's gonna rock him in the sense that he rocked Teixeira. But I mean, it's boxing, so anything can happen. But if I had to going off of what I know, I don't think he'd rock Charlo the way that he rocked Teixeira. I think the best way to beat Charlo would be, all right, hit him with something to make him respect you. I don't think he's gonna respect you regardless, though, dude. Because I think his thing is, I hit harder than you. So if you hit me hard, I'm looking to motherfucking match that energy. So I don't think you're gonna get him to respect you, but I do think you should, mix it up with, not even pity patting your punches or nothing like that. Just throwing in combination, just to, what I'm saying, just to work. So when your hands is moving, his hands ain't moving. His hands is at home protecting itself. You got to protect the house. but he's protecting his house. You dig what I'm saying? He ain't, he ain't doing nothing. But guard, his guard is up. So I think Castano could pull an upset. He could. I think he has what it takes to pull the upset. I do. I do, but I still got to edge Charlo, man. I don't think Charlo's coming to lose. I don't think Charlo's coming to lose at all. Dude is man. I don't. He's not coming to lose that fight, man. He wants undisputed, so I'd have to edge him in that. I'd have to edge him in that, man. But Castano, I think, is game. He's game, and he wants all them straps too. So I think those are the ingredients for a hell of a fight, man. So I would go, I'd edge Charlo. I'd edge Charlo, but I like Brian Castano's chances, man. And like I said, man, he just, he went in. I think he's going into this fight confident. He's going into this fight confident because he's a respectable fighter at 54. He's a respectable fighter, most definitely, man. But nobody was checking for him in that, like that. Nobody was checking for him like that, man. Harrison, we know Harrison, we know Hurd, we know Lara, we know Charlo, we know these people. That's who we're, the more familiar faces at 54. So that, it's like, Brian Castano, yeah, he's a top fighter in the division, but like, so who, like my man Young Ill says, who is this nigga? But I really like his chances. I do. I like his chances. I think it's gonna be a good fight, but I gotta go with Charlo. I have to go with the dude who's proven himself to be the HNIC in the division, and the dude who just has this mentality that I'm not losing this fight. You're not taking my chances from being undisputed, for going undisputed. I refuse for that to happen. So yeah, I'd have to go Charlo, but it's a damn good fight. I would probably have to say maybe 60-40 Charlo, if you got to go percentage-wise. But I really like Brian Castano's chances, man. What I saw from him on Saturday and Charlo's last two fights with Harrison and Rosario. When I saw those last two fights, I'm like, yo, man, if you get a dude who can put a really good game plan together for Charlo, I think Charlo can be beat. I think he could be beaten. You can say that about any fighters. If you prepare properly, then you can beat him. But some, some fighters, people say that about Floyd. You dig? All you got to do is, put him on his back foot and get him to the ropes and do this and that and the third. But it's like it was just too many dimensions to deal with. You dig? So you have to go through all these layers to put him in a position where he's on the defensive. Force him to the rope. Like, how do you do that? Oscar De La Hoya was jabbing in that man's chest, jabbing in his chest, and back him up to the rope that way. All right, cool. But he's grown since he fought Oscar De La Hoya. Now, if you double up on a jab, he's gonna slip the second one and throw launch a right off of it. So now there goes your game plan right there. You dig? Yeah, force him to the rope. Force him to the rope. So it's easier said than done when you're dealing with one of the sharpest counter punchers in boxing history. Dig what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I like Charlo. I think Charlo is gonna win, but Brian. What I saw from Brian Castano, I'm like, okay. Volume punching, working his angles, and one thing I noticed is like with it, with the, it's like I said, just a slight. It's what's my man's name? Rashawn Aleem, I think I want to say at 122, man. Just how he was coming in with the Mexican dude. I can't remember his name, Warrior. But in his last fight, just 3 or 4 weeks ago or whatever, man, it wasn't like Lomachenko or Manny Pacquiao with just the angles that they would cut, or Usyk or anything like that. It was really, really minute, simply just the smallest movement of just you getting off of the line. That's what I was seeing from with him and Teixeira. It wasn't him just completely forcing you to reset. Like, oh shit, this dude is on my side. You know what I'm saying? He was still in a position where he could be hit. He was still in a position of where he could, you know, where he could be hit, but it was just that slight movement off the line where you would have to completely, you'd have to, widen your shot a little bit more in order for you to catch him with it. That little bit of shit matters, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. So that's what I was seeing from him, man. That's what I was seeing from Castaño, bro. Just real, just a half of a step to his left. A half of a step. That's what I was seeing from him, man. And I think, those little intangibles can really give Charlo problems. Really give him problems, man. So, that's what I'm on, man. But yeah, man, like and subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all think. I look forward to y'all comments in the comment section. Man, holler back at me, man. Still Mills, man. Peace.